So I like to drink coffee in the morning, and I'm at an Airbnb right now, and usually most Airbnbs come with a coffee maker, and this one has this Hamilton Beach Brewstation that I wanted to talk to you guys about today because honestly, I really don't like it that much. It gets the job done, which is great for an Airbnb, but it's just not my favorite coffee maker. First of all, hi to all the new dads out there. This is Dad Reviews. This is where I give you my unedited, hopefully more authentic look at the products that we like, use, and have, and find at Airbnbs that we use to make coffee. So if you're interested in that, you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button. So this Hamilton Beach Brewstation is actually a coffee maker that doesn't have a traditional coffee pot, glass coffee pot on the bottom. Which is good and bad for many different reasons. What it does have though, has this little drip tray in case you do drip some coffee down there. It has something that can catch it in. And then it also has this little button right here. So what you do, the idea is you take your mug or whatever and you put it underneath here and you press the button and it dispenses coffee from this top part here. Now, it took me forever to figure out how to use this thing, so I figured I'd show you guys that whole process. So you're gonna open up your lid here. I already have mine ready for in the morning, but you have your basket here with you put your coffee filter in and you put your coffee in. I will say, in comparison to the Mr. Coffee little small $25 coffee pot we got on Amazon that I usually make my coffee in, I don't like this one because it uses a coffee filter. The Mr. Coffee one that I have has a basket that you just put coffee in, and I find that works so much better, and you don't have to have the extra added expense of the coffee filters and running out of coffee filters and all that type of stuff that happens there. So the first day I used this, I was like, okay, I need to lift this thing up, and then I obviously need to pour the water into here so that it can heat up, and you know, I figured that there'd be like a spout thing that comes up to here and it would brew it and then all the coffee would go. Well, I didn't really know because there's no coffee pot down here, and so I was very confused. I actually had to get on YouTube and watch about 4 videos until I could find this exact model, and I could find the one that showed exactly how to use this coffee pot. So the way this works actually is you'll notice that there is another handle right here, and you actually lift up on this handle. It can hold up to 12 cups. Another reason why I thought the water went up in the top here is because the meter right here was written on the side here showing the 12 cups, so I obviously need 12 cups of water. But this is not where you put the water. You lift this up, you'll notice there's a spout right here on the edge, so you can use this to get water from your sink, and then you use that spout, you have to do it two-handed, to pour the water into the bottom container here, and you'll actually notice that there's another measurement thing right here to show you that same 12 cups up. And so as you can see, I have my water down into there, and so this is all ready. It even says pour water right here. It doesn't matter what side. I noticed earlier today that this goes all the way through. You can actually put your hand underneath here, so it doesn't really matter, but this does get hot right here. So this is a hot surface, and that's what's going to keep your coffee hot, as opposed to the regular glass jar kind of coffee pots. That has a heating element on the bottom of the glass, but as you'll notice in those type of coffee pots, there's that rim of air that can easily get into the coffee pot. With this, the way it works is once the coffee is brewed, it actually goes into this cavity right here, and then that heating element right there is what keeps your coffee hot. Now what's great about that is that you have this basket right here on top of that, and you have this lid right there, so there's not as much room for the temperature, the heat of the coffee to actually escape out of the coffee pot, the thing that's holding the coffee that's already been brewed. Does that make sense? So that is one thing that I do like about that. Now, the thing that I don't like about this is, one, it seems as far as cleaning is concerned, this has a lot more parts that you have to go through to kind of get down into here and clean it. With the glass coffee pot that I have at home, the Mr. Coffee, which by the way, I'll link up at the end of this video so that you guys can go and see the one that I'm comparing it to. So make sure to watch to the end. The glass jar is really easy to just put into a dishwasher, and you take out the little basket that you put your grinds in, or if you want to use a coffee filter, you can use that, pull it out and dump it, and you're done. Cleaning is simple as that. With this thing, you actually have quite a lot of cleaning. You got this thing down here, your drip tray, in case something drips. You don't have that with a normal coffee pot. You open up your lid, you have to clean off the filter, clean all the coffee grounds out of there. If you want, you can clean this part. Then you have to clean this part as well. And then I guess you really don't have to clean down there, but it is an extra added step that you might want to clean every once in a while. So once you have all of your compartments situated, ready to brew, you put this thing down and you're like, okay, how do we get this thing brewing? On Mr. Coffee, it just has a switch that you click and it's on. This one's got a bunch of different buttons. This is what I figured out so far. You can have a brew strength of bold, 1 to 4 cups, or nothing. I leave mine on bold just to make sure that I get something. There is a keep warm for so many hours. I have it set to 2 just to make sure it keeps warm. I could probably actually take it down though since we're leaving tomorrow. And you can set the time on here. I set the time on here, but I don't know how the start time thing works. Because I click it, but nothing really happens right here. I don't know like how to set the actual time. So that's one thing that I'm kind of confused about, because the lights in the middle, even with that on, are still blinking. So I don't know exactly, like, am I supposed to press these buttons right here? But I know that whenever I wake up, I can press this on button and it'll start brewing, and it works really well to give me a good bold strength right there. So like I said, all in all, it gets the job done. The Hamilton Beach Brewstation makes coffee for me. And if you guys want to check that one out, I'll link it up down in the description below. Y'all can go read other people's reviews about it, not just take my word for it. I'm just one guy who's showing it to you because I've used it for the past couple of days and I finally figured out kinda how it works. If you guys though want to watch that original Mr. Coffee Pot review that I've done, because it was the best one on Amazon for like 25 bucks, I'm gonna put that right there on the screen. You guys go click that video. I'll see y'all in that video. Thank you dads for watching. That thumbs up is appreciated, and dad out.